always opportunity to kind of connect more dots, always smaller than we need.
Third derivative mission log. Welcome again to just the update on what's going on in the world of D3 and how we are trying to create the world's largest climate tech accelerator. Bryan, we're trying to share lessons from how to build an ecosystem, thesis, and support startups to drive climate solutions. What have we got this week?
Yeah, this week I thought maybe we'd talk a little bit about the broader ecosystem or halo effect that startup accelerators can provide for startups. I was struck while actually listening to a different podcast, My Climate Journey podcast, with friends over there, and they had a guest who is the executive director of our friends at the Urban Futures Lab, and she was actually talking about Celadine, a third derivative portfolio startup that we actually featured in our last episode. And she was talking about how they had been working with Greentown Labs in ways that they thought were helpful that ultimately lead to Celadine securing an investment from Shell. We also think we played a strong role in facilitating that investment with Shell by bringing third derivative into the program with Shell, one of our major founding partners. But it's just a reminder of kind of what a team sport kind of co-creating entrepreneurial successes, especially in this complex, hard tech, climate tech, energy tech kind of world. And it's a timely reminder that regardless of where the boundaries of your program are, or the network of mentors that you provide, or the specific partners you have involved, like there's always opportunity to kind of connect more dots, pull more resources into the picture in ways that are ultimately helpful and drive fulfillment of your mission.
So concretely, how has D3 provided halo support to startups, or reputationally boosted them, do you think?
Yeah, we've done a few, and we have to, right? Because we're still fundamentally quite small. We're quite new. We have built the most well-resourced kind of climate tech startup accelerator in, as far as we know, the history of the universe. But it's still orders of magnitude, probably smaller than we need really to affect the sustainable, prosperous, and equitable energy transition. So we necessarily are always looking and reaching out and kind of connecting dots when we can. With a number of startups, we've helped them secure investments even outside of our existing kind of direct investor partner network. For a number of startups, we've helped make connections to potential customers, potential employees, potential mentors who aren't officially part of our program, although we are always expanding those resources to bring those types of great assets into our program. Maybe one that pops up in particular, though, in my mind is TS Conductor. So let's maybe consider them the startup of the week. Really cool hard tech startup with a ultra lightweight carbon technology that they use as a drop-in replacement for power transmission line technology. Has all kinds of insane performance benefits. Increases the ampacity of the power lines by 2x. Reduces power loss in power transmission by 40%, and actually even mitigates and reduces the need for structural pole and tower infrastructure by another kind of 30 to 50%. So, very next generation power transmission, but it's hard, right? I mean, they have hard materials technology that has to kind of fit side by side or hand in glove with other types of technologies, all that go into a power line. Then they have to kind of get into a very entrenched industry of power transmission that's not known for rapid innovations or agility. So their path to market is fraught with challenges and barriers, and that's why they joined our program. And we're working with them with the normal way that we do: mentorship, guidance, curriculum, facilitated deal making with our corporate partners, their investors, et cetera, to help propel them along the path. But they've also just announced that Amory Lovins, the founder of RMI, one of our parents, has joined them as an advisory board member as well. And Amory is kind of an OG of a lot of kind of energy and power systems thinking, and brings a lot of
pathways.
Yeah, precisely. It brings a lot of credibility, as well as his own connections, which are probably a superset or have some overlap with ours, but he brings others as well. And so, we're really pleased that that's something we don't offer as our program, that Amory Lovins is going to join the board of advisors of every single startup. But it's neat that through our program, they were able to connect with Amory build a relationship, find a fit there, and kind of supercharge their batteries for future.
So climate tech accelerators can support startups by not just the training of the teams, the founder group, not just by bringing financial capital, but sort of human capital connections, bringing in mentors, bringing in advisors, putting them on talk shows, podcasts, the Saladin story you told of Pat and the Urban Future Lab, bigging them up. That's the kind of awareness we want for our entrepreneurs, and then the connectivity to talent to join an advisory board and give them some prestige, like an Amory in the case of TS Conductor. These are the kinds of things we can do and are doing.
I think that's right. And it's important for the accelerators to be entrepreneurial. And being entrepreneurial means not thinking convergently, which is a staple of what we might often call the corporate approach or academic approach. Means there's a single right answer, and you're just trying to marshal the resources to try to achieve that right answer. Divergent thinking is the opposite. It's where you're actually starting with kind of the resources that you have and envisioning or creating new possibilities, new right answers, as it were, that couldn't exist without your unique confluence of resources. And what we know is that entrepreneurship benefits from divergent thinking, not convergent thinking. And so if we're gonna do something incredibly unprecedented, right? If we are going to affect the sustainable, prosperous, and equitable energy transition on an incredibly short timeline, it's going to require divergent thinking. The convergent thinking is what's got us here. Divergent thinking is what we need to get us out. And so, all the entrepreneurs need to be doing it, and we ourselves as entrepreneurial supporters and advocates also need to be unconstrained by convergent thinking.
Yep. Great stuff. All right. Well, I think that's season 2, episode 9 done, because good lessons there. Want to keep it brief, to the point, and come back next week with more stories from building the world's largest climate tech accelerator at Third Derivative.
That's right. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, leave us comments, feedback, and keep joining us in this amazing journey. We have so many more lessons to share that we've already learned, not to mention all the lessons that I'm sure we're still going to learn.